Now, lastly, the thing that helped me overcome my anxiety, depression, and fear, I'm going to tell y'all this, and this will change your life if you hold on to this, what I'm about to say. Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel today. It's your girl Tati Renee back at you again with a Let's Talk segment. Let's Talk segments are things that I reflected on in my past that have taught me the lessons in life that I want to share with you guys. A lot of people are dealing with anxiety, depression, fear, and addiction at this time, and I know it was one point in my time in my past that I dealt with anxiety, depression, and fear. This video is about how I overcame anxiety, fear, and depression, the things that I did that could help those that are feeling those overwhelming emotions during this time. We're dealing with a very difficult time that none of us has experienced before, and that was the first thing that I had to tell myself was it's okay to feel the way that you feel. Like, this is a traumatic experience. All of a sudden, in an instance, everything that you knew as your normal had changed. So don't judge yourself or be down on yourself for feeling the way that you feel. Like, you have every right to feel that way right now. So don't let anybody judge you or make you feel worse than what you're already feeling because of your reaction to your current situation. Now, hopefully the things that I tell you to do when you're bored or when you're feeling these overwhelming emotions are rising up inside of you, that it helps you to calm down and be at ease and be at peace, to keep a steady mind and to be joyful in your present moment. I'm gonna go through a list of 5 things that will help you overcome anxiety, depression, fear, and even those that are dealing with addiction. Like, these are things that you can do to help keep you balanced and grounded. So the first thing that I would say to do is to create yourself a routine. This time that drastically changed all of our lives, it took a lot of people out of their normal day routine because some people lost their jobs, some people became parent and teacher, some people became a full-time mother, some people are not being able to walk across the stage. They're having a new graduation or a virtual graduation or a virtual online classes. Some people are not used to that. Just don't like to go with the adventures of the day or the flow of the day, especially when we feel like we're limited. So if you create your routine, you still create a pattern for yourself to keep you from feeling like you just been knocked off your wagon. Like, get up in the morning, meditate, brush your teeth, take a bath. For my ladies and men, do your hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're not going anywhere, don't allow yourself to have justification to sit and wallow. You can't sit and wallow. That's rule number 1 when it comes to anxiety and depression. You cannot sit and wallow and roll over. You know, you have to continue to go through your day. So even though you may not go to work or you can't go to work right now or you lost your job, okay, what are you doing to continue your pattern or to continue your routine? The number 2 thing that I did to keep me happy and joyful while I was going through a tough time was to think about the things that I could add to my life instead of worrying about the things that was taken away from my life. Whatever has been taken from you at this moment or that you feel like has been taken from you, don't think of it as what's been taken from you. Think about the things that you can add to your life. Like, a lot of us always said we never had enough time to do what? So now you have the time to do that. So whatever that what is or that blank is, you can do that now. You know, like, I never had enough time to do yoga. Never had enough time to sit in silence with God. I never had enough time to meditate. I never had enough time to study, or I never had enough time to go to school. Now you can do all of those things. So think about what you can add to your life at this time, and that can actually be added into your routine of things to do. The third thing that I did that helped me to overcome depression and anxiety while going through a tough time was to use this time to re-examine yourself and to reflect back on your life. You're not defined by your job title. That's not what make you who you are. And being busy is not the same as doing, if that makes sense. Just think about that. Like, you could be busy doing a lot of nothingness if it's not adding anything to your life. What makes you happy internally? that has nothing to do with outside sources. It has nothing to do with going anywhere or being able to do anything. What makes you happy inside? Nobody or nothing can make you happy. Only you have the power to make you happy. You have to find the silver lining in anything that you go through. And there is a silver lining. You have to just find it. Nobody can do it for you. You have to do it, and you have to want to do it. You have to want to come out of this. And for some people, that motivating factor could be their kids. You know, for me, it was my mom. Seeing my mom come out of her addiction made me feel like, okay, I'm strong enough to come out of this too. I was birthed by her. And if she was strong enough to kick that habit, then I could do this too. I can rise out of this too. And sometimes you have to do it for somebody else if you feel like you can't do it for yourself. And eventually you will start doing it for yourself. You'll get into a habit and a routine to where eventually you're not thinking about like, oh, I'm doing this for my kids. It's like, oh, I'm doing this because I want to be healthy. I want to be joyful. I want to be happy. I want to come out of depression. You'll eventually start doing it for you. The fourth thing that I did to help me overcome anxiety, depression, and fear was to get out my personal feelings in a safe zone. The internet is not a safe zone. You need somewhere safe where you can release those emotions that you're feeling. And I'm not necessarily talking about somebody that you can talk to, because at the end of the day, you have you. And that's powerful enough. God made you perfect in his image. That's powerful enough. Take you out a journal. Write your feelings down. We all have a phone or some type of recording. Record yourself. Just start talking, and you're going to eventually talk it out. And if you can't talk it out, cry it out. Go in the shower and cry. Go in the car and cry. Whatever it takes for you to get those emotions or those feelings out of you, do that. That's in a safe way. Hold those emotions in. You can't bottle it in. You can't be like, oh, I'm good, and keep it moving. Like, no, you gotta let that go. Let that hurt go, literally. So whether that's crying, journaling, praying, whatever it is, get it out of you so you can move forward. The fifth and last thing that I did to help me, especially with anxiety, was taking it a day at a time. All we have is this moment. We don't know what today hold, what tomorrow hold, and this time has shown us that we are not in control. All you can do is take it a day at a time and go with the serenity prayer. Lord, give us the serenity of the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The things that are happening around you that you have no control of, you have no control of. And you have to let that go. It's nothing you can do about it. You lost your job, it's nothing you can do about that. But what you can do something about is the next step that you're going to take in your life. Now, lastly, the thing that helped me overcome my anxiety, depression, and fear, I'm going to tell y'all this, and this will change your life if you hold on to this, what I'm about to say. The thing that I did to help me overcome all of those negative emotions during the worst time of my life was gratitude. Do you hear me? Gratitude. You have to be thankful. You have to be thankful for what you do have. And you have something. Don't list negative things. That's the first thing I did. When I was feeling myself filling up with anxiety and fear and just overwhelming emotions. He did this to me, she did that to me, they betrayed me, they talked about me, I lost my job, I lost some money, somebody stole my car, whatever it was. I was thankful, y'all. You gotta be thankful. When you feel like you have an anxiety attack coming on, list some things you're thankful for. And tell me your mood don't change. And just really sit there and think about that. Would change your life. If you would just live life out of gratitude, if you would just think on a level of gratitude, it will keep your path positive. I ain't gonna say it's gonna make everything all right, but it's gonna bring you out of depression and anxiety, and it's gonna release that fear because you're gonna be in the moment. You're gonna be on a positive path because you're grateful, you're thankful. Learn to be thankful. Learn to be at one with yourself, at peace with yourself. A lot of us not at peace with ourselves, and that's why we're having a hard time dealing with this time. God set us down for a reason. Take this time to make peace with yourself. When those anxiety and that fear and that addiction arise up in you, what is causing that? And get to the root of that. You got to pull up these emotions by the root, or they're going to continue to bear fruit in your life. Learning yourself is loving yourself, because you know yourself well enough to know that these things can't break you if you let them break you. So that was the top thing that I had to help me to overcome fear, anxiety, depression, and addiction. I hope this video was a help to you. Please leave me a comment below, and please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to y'all later.